This is Derek Newcomer. Good morning. It is Thursday, May, I don't even know, 14th. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the law of process. And the law of process I'm taking from John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, which in my opinion is the foundation for growing your leadership and the importance of what leadership really is. So the law of process. Law of process. The law of process is basically the idea of paying the price of going from where you are now to getting to where you want to be. And I think many times we focus, is it good to have a goal? Absolutely. We need to have a goal so we know what we want to hit. But many times we focus on that goal so much that we forget that it's a process of getting there. And once we get to that goal, many times there's something else that we can reach higher for, and we need to continue the process, continue the responsibility of growth. So, 5 steps or 5 questions or 5 stages that you want to look at in the law of process. The first one, I don't know what I don't know. What is that? Many people fail to recognize the value of what leadership is. Leadership isn't just managing a group of people. Leadership is taking somebody with you or adding value to somebody and increasing their potential. Do you have somebody who is following you? Are you a leader? If there's nobody following you, then there's a problem if you're striving to be a leader. Figure out what you need to do and what you need to change. But first, set your mind on and recognize the value of what leadership truly is. 2, I know that I need to know. I know that I need to know. So you have the correct mindset and that view of what leadership is and improving yourself and in adding value to others. You realize that you need to learn to improve your leadership level. You know that, you realize that. That's that stage 2. You've come to the realization. Number 3, I know what I don't know. So where are you at now in your stage 3? You look at yourself, you realize you know the value of leadership, and you know you need to grow, and you know that there's things that you don't know that you need to learn in order to raise your leadership lid and raise that level of your personal ability to influence those you care about and those around you, influence your business for what you want to do and take you closer to your goals. Number 4, I know and grow, and it starts to show. So when you build off that number 3, you build off that stage 3 of you know that there's things that you need to know in order to grow. So what do you do with that? You put a personal plan of growth together. You have to have a plan no matter how basic it is. What are you doing? How are you growing? What do you need to work on? That takes you into that stage 4 of I know and it grow and it starts to show. This is where the fun things start to happen. When you put yourself in a position to learn and grow, that's when the process starts to show and you can reap rewards for what you're doing. If you don't change anything you're doing now, you can't expect something different later down the road. You must grow in order to yield. I know and grow and it starts to show. That's where the results start coming from. Number 5, stage 5. I simply go because I know. Stage 5, I simply go because I know. At this stage it becomes instinctual. It becomes second nature. It becomes part of who you are and how you make decisions and how you look at and analyze situations. This is years of work. This is years of process. This isn't weeks or months. This is years. This is a decade or 2 of hard, dedicated, consistent work toward what you want and who you want to be. With that going back to that number 4, you start growing. You have to start, as you start growing, you have to keep the mindset of this is ultimately a never-ending. If you truly want to test how far you can go, this is ultimately a never-ending journey. I've come to the realization of that over the past year or 2. This is ultimately a never-ending growth journey if you truly want to test your limitations. But as you improve yourself and as you grow, it becomes instinctual. When you look at a situation, you automatically put that leadership lens on and look at it from that perspective. How can you add value to this situation? How can you add value to this person? What can you bring to the table? How can you bring them along with you? What can you do to improve the overall environment? Your leadership lid is going to continually raise as you look through that lens, and more and more and more. It becomes second nature to think in that perspective. So, look at these 5 stages. Where are you at? I'm going to guess most of you are past that stage number one. You know the value of improving your leadership ability and the impact, the long-term impact you can have. I know that I need to know. Most of you are already here, if not further. I know what I don't know. Are you developing a plan for growth? Stage 3. Are you developing a plan for growth? Most of us are going to fall probably within this stage. Most of us need to develop a plan for growth. What's your plan? I know and grow and it starts to show. Are you here? Hopefully you're here. Hopefully you've put in some work and put in some time and you're seeing little things happen and you're seeing little growth happen, little fruit of the labor that you've put in. I would say I'm not even at stage 5 yet. I have to put in several more years of work. Do I think with the leadership lens on? I try to do that most of the time, but I have a lot of work to do. I will always have a lot of work to do. When you get to this stage 5, the payoffs are huge because that's how you live your life. You live your life adding value to what's around you, and things are going to be attracted to that. Opportunities and people will be attracted to that environment. So what stage are you at? What stage are you